Welcome back to the Rhode Show this morning in the Buzz with Rhode Island Monthly's Best of Rhode Island issue on the newsstands now. We've all been thinking about some of our favorite things to do in the Ocean State, right? You know, from beaches to boats, all the tremendous food that's available. We're going to talk about our faves in Rhode Island in the Buzz this morning. So, why don't we start with you, Pete? What are some of your little, you know what, other than the 7-day futurecast and pinpoint up on 12 radar, because we get the two weather guys here, what are some of your favorites?
It's Weather Geek Day.
I know, right?
Just kidding. I'm not going to bore you with weather information.
Besides sleeping in late, what is it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you guys know, I grew up in Denver, but my grandfather grew up on Federal Hill. My dad grew up in Cranston, so I've spent many summers out here. So I've already done my favorite day. We do it every summer with the family over and over again, so let me tell you how it goes.
Your favorite day.
You guys ready?
Yeah,
okay. Get up in the morning, late, as Tony mentioned. Then we drive down to East Matunic Beach, play in the waves. I body surf. I usually end up with rocks in my bathing suit because I'm not very good at riding the waves. And then here's the best part. On the way back, we stop in Narragansett, go to Aunt Carrie's. Best clam cakes.
Love the clam cakes.
I mean, not to diss any of the other places, but that's my favorite. And then on the ride home, we eat the clam cakes. Usually we have a couple dozen. And everyone say, don't ruin your appetite, one more, but you don't care. You're just eating and eating. So by the time you get home, you have this massive stomach ache. And then somehow, we managed to wolf down my aunt's spaghetti and meatballs, or my uncle's spaghetti and meatballs, despite all the clam cakes.
All right, over in Coesit.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I watched the Red Sox game and pass out in an easy chair.
That's the best.
That's my Rhode Island day.
All right, so Tony,
I want to be Pete.
What would your favorite day look like in Rhode Island if you could hit whatever you want in Rhode Island?
I mean, I'm a native Rhode Islander, so I've lived here all my life, born here. My first trip to Block Island was probably 10 years ago.
Isn't it funny? It took me a while to get there, too.
So I finally get to Block Island, and I'm like, oh my God, this gem is 8 miles.
We've been missing it.
Is 8 miles off the coastline, and I mean, beautiful,
it
obviously.
Is.
Ballards, the national,
love Ballards.
A lot of stories about Ballards we can't share. The National Hotel, the Mohegan Bluffs. There's a real nice inn called the 1661 Inn that I've stayed at. The food is terrific. The North Lighthouse, the beaches. I mean, it's just
you know
fabulous.
What's great about Block Island that's also kind of bad? My first time going there was during a 100-degree day last summer. There's no AC on the island, but for me that's part of the charm. You've got the ceiling fans, and you really enjoy the breeze of summer because we get so closed up, you know what I mean, being in the AC. All right, so here's my favorite day. The problem is that I would have to incorporate every single season into one day, you know what I mean, because there's so many things that I like to do that incorporate all the seasons.
You're a busybody. You're like, go
I know,
here, go
you know,
there.
I never stop. But I would start out with like a breakfast at the Country Kitchen in, I believe it's Greenville, Smithfield, right? That's a great little winter spot. You overlook the water there. Then I would probably have to go to Providence Place Mall, do some shopping, right? And that can be any season. I don't care. Then lunch. Where would I do lunch? I had this earlier. Oh, I'd go to the Hill.
We'll go to Rhode Island Monthly and find out.
Right. I'd pick up my Rhode Island Monthly, and then I'd read when I'm going to go for dinner. And then I would have to scoot to Block Island, like Tony said, on a summer day. And then I would have to take a fall walk through Roger Williams Park because, you know what I mean? Like, I would be like a spaz because it would be like changing seasons all day. And then I would have to go to dinner at Water Place Park and enjoy Waterfire.
Wait. Don't you have children, though?
Yeah. And my children would come somewhere along the way with me. But a perfect day would include a babysitter for at least 2 hours so I get a little peace.
She has so much energy. I mean, I actually believe Danielle could accomplish all this in one day. One person.
I could do it. But you know what? I read an interesting article about Rhode Island. Right now, I don't know if you guys know, there's a commission kind of underway to remarket our state. Because I think right now we sometimes have an identity crisis where people don't really know what we're all about. But one of the slogans they were talking about promoting was Rhode Island, so small you can do it all. To get everybody to come here for just one day and to have that perfect day in Rhode Island, because you really can do it on a tank of gas in one day. You can really see a lot.
Of course, the old slogan way back when was the biggest little state in the Union.
But and it kind of worked because if you ask like school kids, what do you know about Rhode Island? They all say, oh, it's a little estate. So if that's something that's recognizable, I think we got to kind of glom onto that, you know?
I think it's a good idea.
Hitch the wagon to it. So
I think you just came up with another project with the other 8 million things that
there
you
have. There you go. I'll add that to a couple minutes before midnight on my perfect day in Rhode Island. So I'm interested to see what some of our viewers think. I mean, what their perfect day would be like. What about you, Courtney? How would you start it?
Well, I would start it in Cranston because that's where I'm from, and I like to spend my Saturdays there, even though I don't live there anymore. It's a small city as well, but lots to offer, just like our state. We have very positive viewers this morning, which is good to see. Everybody everybody loves Rhode Island, and they're sharing different things that they do love about it. Let's start on the live blog on foxprovidence.com. And Jean says one of the best parts of Rhode Island is everything is within driving distance, and that is so true. And Tripp says the best parts of Rhode Island are its people, its restaurants, and of course, golf courses. And Joey B says the best part of living in Rhode Island to him is the weather, and that's true. We do get all 4 seasons here. We have a lot of comments on Facebook, but we will take a look at the poll today, and we say, what do you think is the best part of living in Rhode Island? The delicious food and restaurants, the many beaches throughout the state, its quirkiness, or the fact that I know everyone, and that is true as well. Okay, so here's the Facebook page. Mary says the beaches and the amazing restaurants with great food. She says, I love Little Rhodey. Angie Bermudez said how it's such a diverse state in ethnicity as well as what it offers, having so many different restaurants that offer different cuisine. She said you never get bored trying to find something good to eat. John Cook likes to go to Iggy's, and Cindy Conrad said, no matter where my family lives, it's a short drive to be together. And as you can see, many, many more comments there, but we'd love to hear from some more of you at home if you're just rolling out from the party last night, and we'll see what you all say in the poll.